Hello everyone, I am Bhawna Ruchi Singh and I am here with your next dose of employability skills. And today I am going to talk about group discussions. So the question comes, what is a group discussion? A group discussion is a management tool that is used to brainstorm particular topic, to find out solutions or simply to analyze the problem. Along with this, a group discussion, or generally called as a GD, is an important step in the placement procedure. And if I may say so, it is the step for mass reduction. Almost 80% of the candidates are scrutinized through GDs and only 20% of the candidates they make to the personal interview. That is the final step in the placement procedure. So today, let us put our best foot forward and make the best of a group discussion. We need to understand that, as I said earlier, a proper dressing is important. Formal dress code is required for a group discussion. Now, before you move into a group discussion, keep a pen and paper ready with you. So, whatever subject is given to you, you can jot down your views or the other people's views on that piece of paper, and as and when you require, you can make use of those points written down. Let's get to understand what skills. There are certain skills that the moderators look for in the candidates. So what are those skills? I have pointed out certain skills for that purpose. The first and the foremost is confidence. Now, how do we exhibit confidence? The confidence can be exhibited by proper body language and proper eye contact. When you take your seat, when you enter, when you talk to others, when you introduce yourself, do it with clarity. That is very, very important. Your confidence talks about your personality. The second skill that comes here is the knowledge, the language, the communication skills that you are using. The language that you use should be accurate. Now here we can compromise a bit with fluency. We may not be very fluent with the language, but accuracy cannot be sacrificed. Use good language, no informal language please. Use good language, correct grammar, absolute bang on pronunciation, and no beating around the bush. Clarity in the language does the work. The third skill is the subject knowledge. Now here sometimes a question arises that when we get to know the subject on the spot, how do we prepare about it? But that doesn't mean we need to go unprepared to the GD. The way to work out this skill is to read a lot, to observe a lot, and to be vigilant. Read as many newspapers, magazines, articles, papers that you can. Be vigilant, be observant about things that are happening around, because most of the topics that are taken up for the GDs and the placements are related to current affairs. So if you are aware about what is happening around, you must be having some knowledge about that particular subject. Later, rest of the knowledge you can acquire through the other people's views. So the subject knowledge is the third skill that the moderator looks for. The fourth one is your body language. Body language shows your confidence. And how do we maintain a good body language? Correct posture, maintaining good eye contact. Sometimes you might have seen people fidgeting with things, breaking their knuckles continuously, scratching their heads. That gives a very negative impression. So please do not fidget with a pen or a hanky or a mobile phone or anything that you are carrying. Balanced. A balanced persona is very important. Maintain eye contact. Do not look at the roof when you are talking or at the bottom. No, look into the eyes of the person you are addressing. That shows a good body language. Posture should be erect. The next skill is your maturity. Now this is an abstract skill that may not be exhibited like a good language or a proper personality. Now, this abstract skill of maturity would be proven by your logical arguments, your open-mindedness, and your sensitivity towards others. Sometimes you might be given a topic which is controversial in nature. So how it could be something related to caste, religion, nationality, or something such, which might develop into some controversy. So how sensitively, how sensibly you address such topics, and how sensitive you are towards other people's opinion, how tolerant you are about other people's opinions. That is one of the skills that these moderators are looking for. And this particular skill will make you a wonderful team player in future. So make sure you understand how to acquire this particular skill. And the last but not the least, a very important skill, that is the listening skills. Although in a GD we are expressing our opinions, but listening is very crucial here. How critically do we listen to other people's opinions here? And I may not need to tell you here the difference between hearing and listening. I assume you understand. Listening involves letting the words fall upon our ears, analyzing the words, judging the words, and finding accurate meaning to those words, and then responding to what has been spoken. Now we need to understand the difference between responding and reacting. We are not expected to react, we are expected to respond. So make sure you cultivate all these skills in you if you do not possess any of these before appearing for GDs. Now coming ahead, let us talk about a common GD. Let's take example of a general GD. Ideally, in a GD, a 15 to 20 minutes time span is given, which involves 8 to 10 participants. Now, in these 15 to 20 minutes, even if you speak for 2 to 3 minutes intermittently, that does the job. You need not dominate the entire group discussion. Giving out your points clearly and listening to others is okay. Yes, make sure for the first time when you are speaking in a GD, introduce yourself. Give your name, and there are certain statements that can be used very frequently to create an impression in a GD. For example, you can say, may I put forward my opinions? May I disagree with you? I happen to agree with this person. You are actually not agreeing or disagreeing with a particular person. You are agreeing or disagreeing with a particular opinion of the person. So don't harbor grudges against anybody. Now, one very important thing, a GD is not a debate, although it becomes chaotic sometimes. So if your GD is turning towards becoming a debate, don't lose your calm. Aggression is not going to solve the purpose. Stay calm, be cool, and seek opportunity to speak. And when you get that opportunity, straightforward, give your opinions clearly. Clarity does the job here. Initiation, as I said, it is important, no doubt. But then if you feel that people who initiate can only be victorious in a GD, that's a myth. That's a myth. Initiate a topic, initiate a group discussion only when you have substantial subject knowledge. Only when you know the topic very thoroughly. If you don't, it's better to wait for another opportunity. It's okay to speak in the second or third position. It is absolutely okay. Do not rush to begin and just blab around. That would create actually a negative impression. So it's okay if you don't initiate a GD. Now, there are 4 major categories of topics that are generally given in a GD. The first topic is generally something related to current affairs. Let's say talk about China's policy of expansion, or the outbreak of COVID-19 in India. Something such like which is actually happening around can be discussed in a GD. The second type of GD can be a controversial topic or an argumentative topic. It could be related to some religion, some caste, some community. Let's say, what's your take on the construction of temple in Ayodhya? That could lead to a controversy later on. So you should be very, very particular about expressing your views in this kind of discussion. Third, and an abstract category of topics. Now these topics are most difficult to discuss. Now these topics generally do not have a set subject knowledge. You can mold them as you want. For example, all that glitters is not gold. Now this topic can be interpreted by different people in different manners. So the moderator may want to check out your interpretation only of the topic, and how well do you interpret it, how motivated you are, how driven you are, that is expressed through this kind of topics. And the fourth category could be based upon some case studies. So these are basically 4 categories of a GD. All these things are important in a GD, but yes, summarization is also very important. If you are given an opportunity to summarize, it's the moderator who decides who summarizes. You can definitely give your candidature. May I conclude? May I summarize? If you're given an opportunity, you give out everybody's opinions. State everybody's opinions clearly, and finally give out your understanding very, very clearly and very strongly. With these tips, I'm sure you're going to make the best of the GDs that are coming your way. All the very best. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell icon next to it. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you.